Welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint Podcast. Today we're going deep on legacy planning
Oh, yeah.
for high net worth individuals, and we found this really cool article.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about luxury, asset allocation, and how a gold IRA can be.
Yeah, it's not just about the gold.
Right.
It's about the whole picture.
Right.
How does gold play with your other investments to really build that robust
I love that.
legacy plan?
It's all about strategy, and it really emphasizes diversification.
Yes.
So not just having a gold IRA,
Mm-hmm.
but like weaving it in with all these other assets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not that they say.
What's that?
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Well, it's the same for your wealth.
Makes sense.
You want a diversified portfolio. It's like a shield protecting you from those economic storms.
So before we get too far into this,
Yeah.
let's step back for a second.
Okay.
What exactly is a gold IRA,
Okay.
and why is it relevant to legacy planning?
At its heart, a gold IRA is a self-directed retirement account that lets you hold actual physical gold
Interesting.
bullion or other precious metals.
Okay.
So it's a way to diversify your retirement savings with
Mhm.
something tangible that's held its value over time.
And we've talked before about gold being a hedge against inflation,
Yes.
especially with prices always going up.
Yeah.
Having
Yeah.
that stability is huge.
And that's why gold IRAs are so important for
Okay.
legacy planning, because you're not just thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
You're thinking about your loved ones inheriting a secure future.
It's peace of mind.
Exactly. Peace of mind and strategy.
Now, before we get into the how to be,
Yeah.
I want to remind our listeners about a great resource.
Exactly.
If you're starting your gold IRA journey,
Mm-hmm.
head over to goldirablueprint.com/exclusive
Okay.
for a free checklist.
That'll help you.
It'll help you choose the right company for you.
Yeah, lots of good tips in there.
Okay, so back to estate planning.
Okay.
The article mentions estate tax minimization
Yes.
as a big benefit.
Especially for high net worth individuals.
Right.
Estate taxes can take a big chunk out of what you want to pass down.
So how does gold help with that?
Well, one thing is it can actually reduce the taxable value
Interesting.
of your estate.
Mm.
There are strategies like gifting
Okay.
that can really maximize this benefit. And remember, we're talking about physical gold here.
Right.
It's a tangible asset, and that has different tax implications than the stocks or bonds.
It's not just about holding the gold. It's about
Exactly.
understanding how to use it
So much-
strategy with the system.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
And another advantage is liquidity.
Okay.
Gold is recognized globally. You can easily convert it to cash.
So it's easy to...
It makes estate distribution much smoother for your beneficiaries.
Okay.
It's like a built-in emergency fund for your legacy plan.
So we have stability
Yes.
and flexibility.
Powerful combination.
I like it.
But the article goes beyond just gold.
Okay.
It emphasizes balancing a gold IRA with other premium investments.
It's like a diversified portfolio within your estate plan.
Exactly. It's like a garden.
Okay.
Your gold IRA is the strong oak tree providing shade and stability.
I like that.
But you also want beautiful flowers and fruit trees.
Okay, so what are some of those other plants
Right.
that we should consider for our legacy garden?
Well, the article mentions real estate.
Okay, real estate?
Real estate has always been a cornerstone of building wealth.
Yeah, everyone needs a place to live, work.
Exactly. Everyone needs a place to live, work, and play.
Yep.
That demand makes real estate valuable,
Mm-hmm.
and historically it's been a good hedge against inflation.
But it's not just any property, right?
Exactly.
The article talks about luxury real estate.
Yes, it's about going beyond basic needs.
Okay,
It's about desire and exclusivity.
so things like...
Private estates,
Okay,
luxury vacation homes,
right.
high-end commercial buildings,
Interesting.
even premium agricultural land.
So investing in properties that have that special appeal
Yeah, things that will hold their value or even appreciate over time.
and beyond just appreciation.
Mm.
Real estate can also generate income.
Absolutely. Through rentals or dividends,
Right.
that adds another layer of security.
Okay, so we've got stability from gold,
Yes.
potential appreciation and income from real estate.
Mm-hmm.
What about private equity?
Ah, yes.
That feels a little more complex.
It is a bit more complex.
Okay.
It typically comes with higher risk, but also the potential for much higher returns.
So higher risk, higher reward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Private equity involves investing in companies that are not publicly traded.
Okay.
So it gives you access to those unique opportunities,
Interesting.
often in emerging markets or groundbreaking industries.
So it's about tapping into growth that you might not find
Exactly.
in the traditional market.
Yes,
But it seems like you would need some expertise to navigate that.
absolutely. You're right. Working with experienced advisors is key here.
Okay.
But for sophisticated investors,
Yeah.
private equity can be a powerful engine for growth.
This is fascinating stuff.
Yeah,
But I'm sure some of our listeners are feeling a little overwhelmed.
it's definitely a lot to take in.
Yeah,
But remember, building a legacy is a marathon, not a sprint.
that's a great point.
And you don't have to go it alone.
And speaking of not going it alone, if you're starting to explore gold IRAs,
Yes.
visit goldirablueprint.com/exclusive and download our free checklist.
It's a great resource.
It'll walk you through choosing the right company.
For sure.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think this is a good place to pause.
Okay.
We've laid the groundwork here for understanding the core components of a diversified legacy plan.
Awesome.
In the next part, we'll delve deeper into those legal and tax implications
Okay.
and explore the tools available to protect and transfer your wealth.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's talk about the tax and legal side of things.
Yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty.
You know, there are some important considerations here.
Right, especially for high net worth individuals.
Yeah. What are some of those tax implications we need to be aware of?
Right, like when we're incorporating these investments into a legacy plan.
Well, the good news is
Yeah.
both gold IRAs and a lot of these premium investments like real estate, they can be structured in tax-advantaged accounts.
Okay.
So that helps minimize the tax burden.
Right, both during your lifetime and when assets are passed down.
Exactly.
Right.
But it's so important to understand the nuances of the tax laws.
It's not one size fits all.
Right. Each investment has its own tax implications.
Exactly.
So, for example, with traditional IRAs, including gold IRAs,
Okay.
you have to take those required minimum distributions,
The R&B.
the RMDs,
Right.
starting at age 73.
Okay.
However, there are strategies like Roth IRAs or charitable giving accounts
Interesting.
that can potentially reduce those taxable distributions.
You mentioned Roth IRAs. Could you tell us a little more about those?
Yeah, so with a Roth IRA, you contribute after-tax dollars,
Right.
meaning you've already paid taxes on that money.
Right.
The great thing is, qualifying distributions in retirement are tax-free.
So you're paying taxes up front
Exact.
to avoid them later.
Especially helpful if you think you'll be in a higher tax bracket later.
Makes sense.
It's all about strategy.
Right. Choosing the right tools for you.
And of course, always talk to a tax advisor to figure out the best approach.
Absolutely. And what about real estate?
Okay, real estate.
Are there any specific tax benefits there?
One big one is the step-up in basis rule.
Step up in basis. What's that?
It means that when you inherit real estate, your tax basis is adjusted
Interesting.
to the fair market value at the time of inheritance.
Okay.
So this can really reduce the capital gains taxes your heirs have to pay.
So like if I inherit a vacation home from my parents
Exactly.
that they bought for $200,000 years ago,
Right.
and now it's worth $500,000,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be taxed on the whole $300,000 profit.
Yeah, exactly, because your tax basis is stepped up
To that $500,000.
to the $500,000.
Wow, so that could save a lot of money.
Yes, a lot of money. It highlights how important it is to understand these tax nuances.
This can get complicated.
It can.
You really need professional guidance.
Always a good idea to talk to a tax advisor or estate planning attorney.
Oh.
They can help you create that strategy to maximize those tax benefits.
Okay, so we talked about taxes.
Yes.
Let's move on to estate planning vehicles.
Right.
The article mentions trusts and family limited partnerships.
Yes. So think of a trust like a legal entity
Well,
that
yeah.
holds and manages assets
Yeah.
for your beneficiaries.
So it's like a guardian for your wealth.
Exactly. And you, as the grantor,
Okay,
you create the trust and you outline the terms.
so you decide how it's managed and distributed.
Exactly.
It's about protecting your legacy.
It is. And one of the great things about trusts is that control and flexibility.
Okay,
You can specify exactly how and when assets are distributed.
so you can set conditions for the beneficiaries?
Yes, you can.
That makes sense. Now, what about those family limited partnerships?
Okay. FLPs.
How are those different?
FLPs are more about shared ownership and control among family members.
Okay,
They're often used to manage a family business or a portfolio of assets.
so it's about bringing the family together
Exactly.
to manage that wealth responsibly,
Fostering collaboration
Right.
and shared responsibility.
but while also, minimizing those tax burdens.
Absolutely.
So both trusts and FLPs offer benefits for legacy planning.
They do.
But how does a gold IRA fit in?
Great question.
Can it be part of a trust or an FLP?
Absolutely. You can integrate a gold IRA into a trust.
Okay.
It's actually a really smart strategy.
And why is that?
It ensures that the value of the gold is protected
Okay.
and passed down efficiently.
According to your wishes.
Exactly, according to your
So it's
wishes.
another layer of security and
Yeah.
control over your gold IRA.
Yes, and while we're talking about trusts,
Okay.
there's a special type of trust called a dynasty trust.
A dynasty trust.
Have you heard of that?
No. Tell me more.
So imagine a trust that's designed to last for generations, potentially benefiting your descendants for decades or even centuries.
It's like a legacy that echoes through time.
It is, and it can help minimize estate taxes over a long period.
So your wealth can grow and benefit your family for generations.
Exactly. It's about establishing a foundation
Wow.
that can support your family's dreams.
This is all amazing.
It is.
But I know it can feel overwhelming,
it can be a lot.
especially for those just getting started.
You're right. It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's important to have the right support.
Absolutely. And if you're feeling lost in the world of gold IRAs,
Yes.
visit goldireblueprint.com/exclusive and download our free checklist.
Great place to start.
It'll guide you through choosing the right company.
For sure.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
from taxes to trusts to dynasty trusts.
Yes.
Let's take a short break and come back for our final part.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast. We've been really diving deep into this world of luxury asset allocation and how gold IRAs can be a part of legacy planning.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey.
It has. I think it's time to pause and, think about, what does this all mean
Yeah.
for our listeners? What are the key takeaways here?
Well, I think the biggest thing is to think about your wealth holistically.
Right.
It's not just about accumulating assets.
Hmm.
It's about planning how to preserve them and pass them on.
It's about building a legacy, not just a portfolio.
Exactly.
And a big part of that is diversification.
Yes.
A gold IRA can be a great foundation
Mm-hmm.
for a legacy plan. That stability,
Yeah.
the hedge against inflation.
Exactly.
But as we said, it's not meant to stand alone.
It's like the cornerstone, not the whole building.
I like that.
You need other things like real estate and private equity.
Like to add that growth potential.
Yeah, and create a more balanced portfolio.
And we can't forget about the legal and tax implications.
Right. All those details.
Like those tax-advantaged accounts and required minimum distributions.
The RMDs.
Right. And the step-up in basis rule for real estate.
So important to consider all that.
It really is essential to talk to the experts.
Yes.
Tax advisors and estate planning attorneys.
They can guide you.
They can help you make the right decisions.
Absolutely.
Speaking of expert guidance for those starting their gold IRA journey,
Yes.
don't forget to visit goldirablueprint.com/exclusive
Yeah.
for that free checklist.
It'll help you pick the right company.
It will. And as you go on your legacy planning journey, remember, it's not just about the